Hello and welcome to the Rob Carson Show podcast. Let's have some fun tonight, shall we?
It's the Rob Carson Show. Are you ready to be podsmacked? Now, here's Rob Carson.
You had better be ready to laugh tonight because I got some stories that are just, oh my Lord in heaven. Fantastic. Welcome, my brothers and sisters, to this edition of the podcast. I guess if you're listening on iTunes, it's episode 278. 278. Glad to have you guys here. Got a lot of things I want to get to, including a millennial being kicked from his parents' house by a court. 30 years old, by the way. Michael Bloomberg says raising taxes on the poor is good. Hillary Clinton does a speech about getting women into office and then snubs Cynthia Nixon to endorse Andrew Cuomo for New York governor. I believe Andrew Cuomo has a penis. I think that makes him a dude. I don't know. The NFL, they have a new policy that says you got to stand for the anthem. GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D. They're the gay rights advocacy group. They're saying that Hollywood's not gay enough. And one of the funniest effing stories you will ever hear in your life about a mother wanting a cake for her son. I swear to God in heaven, it is one of the funniest stories I've ever read. It's not about a gay wedding cake. It's oh my Lord. You are going to love this. Oh, Tomi Loren. She's a conservative commentator and famous because she's hot. Not because her observations and her punditry aren't exactly turning heads and going, oh my God, this is the new Charles Krauthammer. No, she's just a effing hot blonde who's reasonably smart. But she got attacked by some people because of her politics at a restaurant or a bar in New York, I guess. So we'll get to that very shortly. This is so funny, this story. Couple in upstate New York repeatedly tried to evict their unemployed 30-year-old son from their home. He wouldn't budge, so they sued him. Mark and Christina Rotundo, what a horrible name, especially if you're obese, of Calamus, sent multiple notices to their son, Michael Rotundo. That's a terrible name if you're obese. Demanding that he leave their home, but those notices were ignored. Finally, the couple was forced to take their son to court, where an Onondaga County Supreme Court judge ruled on Wednesday they can boot him out. Michael is going to appeal the ruling. Now, here is Michael before the verdict, okay? This is Michael. This is a 30-year-old man suing his parents for kicking him out of the house.
So do you feel like, are you taking this to court for a larger idea of like parental rights and what they're able to do, or is it just like on a personal matter?
No, it's, well, when you handle any.
He has a son, by the way, who he doesn't have custody of. Imagine that.
Case, it's inclusive of everything. So it was inclusive of everything. What I'm doing is inclusive of everything. I really can't comment on too specific.
And here's the problem is, at this dipwad who's 30 years old doesn't realize how horribly he's embarrassing himself for life. Honestly, I literally think he's a millennial who has no clue. He has no clue what an ungodly fool he's making himself look like.
What more goes into. I was trying not to do much of a comment on anything, but
does he still have his I don't know, Legos?
I was so outraged that
does he have his superhero poster still up on the wall? Does he have bunk beds? Ooh, bunk beds.
Decided to hold a big press conference.
Yeah. How old are you?
30.
So, I mean, this, I'm feeling that this is going to probably be, hits the national news.
Yeah.
It's going to be wrapped up into millennials and that sort of thing. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I've gotten a lot of...
he has a ponytail. Dear God, does he have a ponytail? Oh, my God.
Communicate, or I think you can call them communicate, from conservative people. Mm-hmm. And
No. I don't think it's all conservative people. I think there are a lot. I think most everybody thinks you're a complete effing loser.
It's as soon as they find out that you're standing your ground, they're just like, I guess that's not liberal.
You're standing your ground. You're standing your ground. No, you're standing in your parents' basement.
I knew what I thought. was dealing with. But that, I have had people reach out to me.
No, you haven't.
From
other people's basements, guys who are sitting there on Instagram, who are 30, eating Cheetos.
Conservative.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all a conservative thing. You effing moron. Grow the F up. Take your diapers off, you idiot. Anyway, the parents said you have 14 days to vacate. We will take whatever actions are necessary to enforce this decision. Later, the couple offered the millennial $1,000, $1,100 to find a place to stay. He took the money to pay some bills and he didn't leave. There are jobs even for those with a poor work history like you. Get one. You have to work, the parents said. Another letter dated February the 13th, addressed to Michael Joseph Rotundo. Again, a bad name if you're obese. And he's hereby evicted, effective immediately. You have heretofore been our guest, and there is no lease or agreement that gives you any right to stay here without our consent. The couple even offered to fix their son's broken car that sits in the driveway. A series of letters continued through March 30th, but to no avail. So on May 7th, the couple filed lawsuit against this doofus. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Judge Donald Greenwood blasted Michael's demands for a 6-month notice to vacate his parents' modest home where he resides in a bedroom near the master. Michael, who represented himself in court, not a good idea, alleged his parents are breaking the law by trying to forcing him out since he's a family member. He claims he's not a burden, even though he has a broken car in the front in the driveway, on his parents since they don't provide him food or laundry. This is fantastic. Judge wasn't buying it. He says, I want you out of that household. That's outrageous, Michael said to the judge. Mark and Christina sat quietly through the 30-minute hearing. I don't see why we can't just wait a little for me to leave the house. I mean, I'm only 30. No, I added that. Sir, I've already ruled, said the judge. Michael told the Post he could stay in the home until his parents' lawyer, Anthony Andorante, drafts an order with an eviction date. The son said he would comply as long as the date is not less than 30 days. Michael told the Post he wants to leave. I've been trying to leave there for a long time. They stopped feeding me. They cut me off the family phone plan. He says, I have money, I have income. I have plans not to stay with them anymore, just not today, just not in 30 days. I can't imagine. I'll be there in 3 months. Last Saturday, Michael sued, listen to this, last Saturday, this guy sued Best Buy for firing him in 2015 when he refused to work on Saturdays. Oh, my Lord. He's seeking $338,500 in a day. Oh, this guy is gone. He is damaged goods. He is over. I believe I have some audio from him today reacting to being evicted.
I'm not a burden to them in the home. They don't provide laundry or food. I just wanted, a reasonable amount of time to vacate with consideration of the fact that I was not really prepared to support myself at the time where I was served these notices. I don't see why the judge wants to throw people out on the street. Well, we don't talk. We stay out of each other's way. There's been no instances of anything.
Okay, we'll pay rent, you little D-weed. You little D-weed for Richard. Just honestly, wow. I mean, is it a metaphor for millennials? Is it a metaphor for millennials? I don't know. It seems to be that way. It seems to be that way. I know plenty of good millennials, don't get me wrong. I don't know what Gen X has done wrong with raising their children. My son's going to have to pay for his own college, unfortunately. I would love to have paid for his college, taken care of everything, but no. If my son wants to stay at our home while he's in college, in the summer, of course, certainly. But I'm not the kind of person to shove my kid out. But if he's 30 years old, come on, man. How are you going to support me in my old age if you're still living at home? Oh, my goodness. We've got so much stuff coming up here. Michael Bloomberg was at a speaking engagement. Former New York mayor, supposedly a Republican. He's not you know what? No, he might be a Republican, but he's not a conservative. He's a total leftist, Here he is talking about how listen to this. This is the nanny state. This is the nanny state telling you what is good and good for you, and saying that the government is the solution. And I'll comment as I play this. All right, Michael Bloomberg saying that higher taxes are good for poor people.
Some people say, well, taxes are regressive, but in this case, yes, they are. That's the good thing about them.
Oh, dear Lord.
The problem is in people that don't have a lot of money. And so
whoa. The problem is with people who don't have a lot of money. That's going to make the poor people feel real good.
Taxes should have a bigger impact on their behavior and how they deal with themselves.
Okay, so this is social engineering. He's talking about social engineering. This gets good. Okay, this gets good. Listen to this.
So I listen to people saying, oh, we don't want to tax the poor. Well, we want the poor to live longer so that they can get an education and enjoy life.
Yes.
And that's why you do want to do exactly what a lot of people say you don't want to do.
Okay.
The question is, do you want to pander to those people, or do you want to get them to live longer?
What an elitist billionaire D word for Richard.
And there's just no question, if you raise taxes on full sugary drinks, for example, they will drink less.
No, I wonder how you feel as you drink your $800 bottles of Cabernet with your friends in your chateau.
And there's just no question.
Maybe you should lower the calories on those.
That full sugar drinks are one of the major contributors to obesity, and obesity is one of the major contributors to heart disease.
But generally, you live through, even, if you eat fatty foods and crap, you live through your formative years. You live through your productive years, and then you die of obesity and all that crap when you're in your 50s and 60s when you're not so productive. The government should love that.
Cancer and a variety of other things.
The cancer, okay.
So it's like saying, I don't want to stop using coal because coal miners...
Hold on. This is part of the pull statistics out of your a-hole mindset.
...will go out of work. Well, will lose their jobs.
Oh, they do, actually.
We have a lot of soldiers in the United States, in the U.S. Army.
This is a piss-poor analogy.
But we don't want to go start a war just to give them something to do.
They stay soldiers, idiot. If they're not at war, they remain soldiers, okay? You don't have to have a war to have a military, you giant flaming...
And that's exactly what you're saying when you say, well, let's keep coal killing people.
Coal is not killing people, idiot. It actually keeps us warm. Keeps people from freezing to death. Keeps lights on so they can work. Keeps businesses open so they can actually hire people. Yeah, Michael Bloomberg living in your chateau.
Because we don't want coal miners to lose their jobs. The truth of the matter is there aren't very many coal miners left anyways.
No, there's a lot of them, actually. In fact, the entire city of Omaha, Nebraska, and many cities around the country, completely powered by coal.
And we can find other things for them to do. But the comparison is a life or a job, or taxes or life. Which do you want to do? Take your poison.
So it's regressive, it is good. There are lots of tax.
It's regressive and it's good. When has regressive ever been good? Regressive. When is regressive? Is that a positive? Oh, my Lord in heaven. Hillary Clinton says that I'm really inspired by women who are making their voices heard. She did a powerful, inspirational speech praising women who are making their voices heard like never before this election year. Said I'm also really inspired by women who are making their hearses. Well, I just said that. At least 482 women are running for Congress this year. Probably some who just identify. According to the Center for American Women in Politics. I don't think there's an American Center for Men in Politics at Rutgers, including Cynthia Nixon, who, if elected, would be the first woman governor and the second, apparently, bisexual governor of the state. I think there's already been a bisexual senator who's a woman. But while Clinton, who could have been the first female president if she had won in 2016, touted the work of suffragettes like Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who fought for women's rights to vote at Seneca Falls, In a convention in 1948 or 1848, she put her political weight behind Mario Cuomo. We are lucky as New Yorkers because we stand on the shoulders of shoulders of brave trailblazers and history makers. So our charge today is to pick up that torch, carry it high, carry it proudly. Just a bunch of gobbledygook. Not for ourselves alone, but generations to come. We're not going to win every fight. Take it from me. But if we stand together for our values, we will get there together. I wonder how many, female candidates for office were aborted in the womb. So here's what the NFL is doing about the national anthem protests. It requires players to stand if they're on the field. Gives them an option to stay in the locker room. Policy subjects teams to a fine if a player or other team personnel do not show respect for the anthem. That includes any attempt to sit or kneel, as dozens of players have done during the last 2 seasons, blah, blah, blah. Tyrod Taylor of the Cleveland Browns says to make a decision that strong, you would hope that the players have input on it, but obviously not. So we have to deal with it as players for a good or bad thing. His name is Tyrod Taylor. Does his mother know that that's a part of a car? You know, this is the Tyrod. Tyrod is a thing that's part of the steering mechanism, I believe. It'd be like saying, Carburetor Taylor. My son, what? That's a part of a car? I'm going to name my kid Tyrod. Tyrod Inns Taylor. How about that? Tyrod Inns Taylor. Tyrod? Do you imagine him going to just a place to get his car fixed? It's like, I'm Tyrod. Oh, okay, we'll get those taken care of. Those Tyrod ends, they can be a pain in the... No. No, my name is Tyrod, you see. It's nothing to do with the... Okay, sir? No, I'm Tyrod. Yes, we'll get those fixed. I just was looking in the book here. We can do that for $348. Parts and labor will fix your tie rods. No. I'm my name. You know. Tyrod says, I think the main thing out of all of this is that each ball club is having open communication with the players and ownership about the issues that are going on in the community and trying to change it. Play the effing game, moron. NFLPA executive director. NFLPA, is that like LGBTQ? Maurice Smith reacted with displeasure in a series of tweets. History has taught us that both patriotism and protests are like water. If the force is strong enough, it cannot be suppressed. No, it actually can. There are all sorts of valves and stuff. You can. It depends on, if you certainly don't want to mistake like a wastewater pipe with a pressure pipe for, if you're going to have like to the sink versus from the toilet. You got to be careful about that. You got to have for water pressure coming from the hot water heater is a little bit different than just the wastewater from the toilet. You can use PVC for that, but you got to have copper to get okay. Management has chosen to quash the same freedom of speech to protect someone who wants to salute the flag in an effort to prevent someone who does not wish to do so. The sad irony of this rule is that anyone who wants to express their patriotism is subject to the whim of a person who calls himself an owner. You know what, doofus? Quit. You don't like making $1 million or $10 million or whatever a year, you idiot? Owner. Shut your gosh damn mouth. Shut your gosh damned mouth. I know that all of the NFL CEOs are for this, and I know that true American patriots are not cheering today. Oh, no, we are actually. We true American patriots are thrilled. You idiot, you 0.005% of the American experience with regard to income and life, you idiot. Why don't you go to Appalachia? Why don't you go to coal country and see how white people are living and everybody else is living? Shut your damned mouth. You cannot go onto the field wearing your shirt inside out. You cannot wear a different kind of Nikes on the field because you will be fined and you will be taken off the field. You have no right to express yourself when you're on the field, you idiot. When you work at Walmart and you don't want to wear your blue vest You will be told to go get your blue vest or you will be fired. That's just the way it works, you giant flaming moron. Go out and protest against the flag somewhere else, but when you are at work, you do what your employer says you're gonna do. That's it. End of discussion. Sit in the gosh damn locker room until the anthem is over. Sorry. Owner of the NFL San Francisco 49ers was the only one to abstain from the vote. Jed York said the team will shut down the sales of concessions during the performance of the national anthem as a response to the focus the NFL owners are putting on the event. I don't think we should be profiting if we're going to put this type of attention and focus on the field and on the flag. He indicated that he abstained from the vote, added that a deeper look was required into the issue. Nobody really buys concessions during the national anthem, and it's literally 2 minutes long. It's a little longer for some people because they like that. Like Christina Aguilera, it's like 20 minutes long because and all that stuff. So nobody buys concessions during the national anthem. What a gigantic protest! We're not going to sell wieners during the national anthem. Bravo! Wow. What an enormous sacrifice for the sake of the First Amendment with your players. Just unbelievable. Let's watch Tomi Loren. Is it Tomi? Whatever. She's famous because she's hot and she has an opinion. I mean, Dana Lash, I get it. She's hot. She's brilliant and funny. Tomi Loren is a 20-something who has a decent opinion, not exactly brilliant, but she's unbelievably hot. Here she is being attacked, and I don't agree with this, by the way. This is sickening. Because of who she is, she's being attacked by the left. Nobody generally from the conservative perspective treats people like this who are liberals like this. They don't do this. You don't see liberal columnists being attacked like this. But this is Tomi, the hot, not terrifically brilliant commentator who was at the Blaze and is no longer at the Blaze being attacked. There's going to be some uncensored profanity here. Just thought you should know. I'm not thinking that's real blonde. I could be wrong. Usually people aren't born with the blonde like that.
Hey, fuck that bitch.
Here we go.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck this hoe. Racist ass bitch. Why you even out here?
Nice. Stay classy, liberals.
Get that bitch out of here.
Nice.
Fuck that bitch.
Nice. That's classy. And even though I'm not a big fan of Tomi Loren, bullcrap. Bullcrap. I have one of the funniest stories I've ever seen coming up here. It's about a cake. And a mother demanding a cake for her kid. And how a bakery refused to do the cake. Oh my God. It's one of the funniest damn stories ever. I'm going to share it with you in a minute. Okay. I have a line of politically incorrect swag. It's called Conservatees. You can order it at tpublic.com, teepublic.com. Look for Conservatees with 2 E's. teepublic.com, Conservatees. 75 designs. If you would order, I would greatly appreciate it because my buddy and I, Sam Gangelosi, have come up with this line of I think they're fantastic. I really do. Look at them right there. You can have that on onesies and laptops and laptop covers, I should say, laptop cases, phone cases, mugs, bumper stickers. Look at all those. And there's more, and they're not all political. But I think they're brilliant. teepublic.com / or I should say, and just type in search when you search on teepublic.com. Look for Conservatees. Okay? Listen to this. GLAAD. That's the gay group. Kind of old school. It's kind of like NAACP for gay people. It's been around forever. Gay advocacy group GLAAD has slapped Hollywood. Slapped. Stop it. This is the headline. I'm just reading what it says. the gay advocacy group GLAAD slapped Hollywood, just slapped them just right across the face, you bastards, you sons of, With a failing grade on its annual report card for the lack of roles for gays and dearth of gay storylines in films for 2017. In its survey of 109 films, GLAAD said gay, lesbian, bi, trans, and queer characters appeared in only 14 films, just 12% of total releases. Dramatic drop from the 18.4% of the studio features that were judged to be inclusive in 2016. The figure was the lowest percentage since 2012, GLAAD insisted. The yearly scorecard also comes with a goal. GLAAD claims that by 2021 it hopes to see 20% of major Hollywood studio releases, including gay characters. And by 2024, it wants 50% of films to feature LGBTQ characters and storylines. Would you like to know the percentage of gay people in the country? LGBTQRSTUV. Everybody combined, you want to dress like a girl and you're a guy, that's fine. You want to be a transsexual, it's cool. Want to be gay, cool. You want to know what the whole percentage is? 3.8%. 3.8%. So that's basically it. They want 50% of films to have gay characters in them. 3.8% of the population. Did you realize transgendered people, those who have decided to cut off their manhood, become a girl, which is perfectly fine, or I don't know how they do it with a girl to become a guy, but whatever, there's some sort of muscle that they can put down there that works. And Chaz Bono, that's fine. That's cool. You know what percentage of that is? 1 out of every 72,000 people. So if you're going to see the Super Bowl and you're sitting there in the, whatever stadium that they're having the Super Bowl in, one person in the whole stadium has had that procedure. They want 50% of gay characters in movies. Okay, sure, whatever. Are you ready for the story? Are you ready for the story? Oh, my Lord in heaven. This is so good. All right, check this out. You know what that means? It's graduating with honors. There's a grocery store, South Carolina. Mom goes in, Kara Kaczynski of Charleston, proud of her son graduating summa cum laude, the highest honors. Goes to a Publix. Wants to have a cake done. Apparently somebody had a problem with that. That middle word. Here's the story.
The signs of a graduation party are still left around the house of the Kaczynski family in West Ashley, South Carolina.
Look at that kid.
Jacob graduated Saturday with the highest honors from a Christian-based homeschooling program, so his mom ordered a cake.
He did not know we were getting a cake because he's not a big cake eater. So we were all standing there.
Mom is so sweet. She's just so proud of her kid.
Waiting to see it. And when we opened it, it was a huge shock to all of us.
Kara Kaczynski explained how she ordered the 3/4-inch sheet cake online through Publix.
Should it be Publix? I'll explain in a moment.
But when she requested the bakery include Jacob's honor, she was alerted profane or special characters weren't allowed. Kara clarified her request with special instructions.
The website had censored me, and this is a website you can refer to for the Latin term for summa cum laude, which means with highest honors.
Kara says when her husband picked up the cake from Publix, he didn't know the bakery had omitted the middle Latin word. It was replaced with hyphens.
The cake experience was...
Just hold on. Stop. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. Okay, back to the story.
It's kind of frustrating and humiliating because...
A little bit. Yeah, I think more humiliating for the idiots in Publix.
I had to explain to my friends and family what that meant, and they were giggling uncontrollably. At least my friends were.
Like Kaczynski said a manager from Publix apologized and offered a refund. For now, they're nibbling on the leftover dessert and looking forward to Jacob's...
But are they swallowing?
Freshman year at Wingate University.
It's fine for us to be compensated for the cake. We're just happy that our son graduated school and has a bright future.
I would be proud too. Oh, I would be proud. Sorry, this is one of the best stories I've ever heard, and it's not just because it's rude. It's just because there's so much ignorance involved. That's bravo. I mean, could you imagine the note from the bakery? We are not going to put cum on that cake. We have principles here, and we are not going to put cum on that cake. And I'm going to tell you something else. Look, there's cum on that hat. Or that hat is on cum, actually. It's the other thing. I can do this because I'm on the interweb. I can do this because I'm on the interweb. I'm not doing... I'm not on the air. Oh, my Lord in heaven. I mentioned in a Instagram post today that I don't know what is worse, the ignorance of the bakers or what they were thinking. We are not going to put cum on that cake. I mean, we'll put anything else on that cake, but we will not put cum on it. No, sirree. I hope that you've gotten a kick out of this. I hope you've enjoyed the show today. I know I've enjoyed it as well. I do work at Hendrick Toyota. I work there today. And man, it's interesting because I've never sold cars before. I'm doing this for my family because radio has been kind of a bitch to me. And I may return to talk radio. I think I have a lot to offer. But I did go there. If you want Hendrick Toyota in Merriam, Kansas, near Kansas City, I think you'd really get a kick out of buying a car for me. Oh, I drove the new Camrys today. Holy crud. I drove the L, the LE, the SE, the XLE, and the XSE. I won't explain it to you, but it is just one of the best damn cars you've ever driven in your life. All right, time for me to go, guys. Get a chance to download the podcast on iTunes, Rob Carson Show. Up here on the top, patreon.com/Rob Carson Show. If you could support me with a couple bucks a month or $5, $10, whatever, I can continue doing this. In the meantime, did you get a laugh tonight? I certainly laughed. God bless you guys. See you real soon. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Rob Carson Show. Friend him on Facebook at Carson Show, on Twitter at Rob Carson, and on Instagram, I think Facebook and Twitter are enough for now. We'll see you soon.